What you're about to witness is one of the most bizarre court hearings you'll ever see. A woman caught shoplifting, refusing to pay $2,000 in court fees, and trying to defend herself by claiming she's not a citizen and only follows God's law. It's the kind of unhinged, jaw-dropping nonsense that somehow manages to be both frustrating and hilarious at the same time. Her delusional confidence is matched only by the judge's calm, no-nonsense demeanor, making this courtroom showdown an absolute must-watch.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter in hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I am friends with the IRS.
If you enjoy content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. Now let's get back to the video. We've got a very entertaining court hearing to watch today. The woman in the top left corner of the screen is being brought to court for failing to pay $2,000 in court fees and other related costs. Her entire defense is based on the claim that she is not a citizen and that she follows God's law, which she believes overrides all other legal systems, even though she's been caught shoplifting and has a history of bizarre behavior. The situation is wild, and the judge's calm, almost humorous demeanor makes it even more entertaining as he responds to her arguments. In the end, he hands down a pretty fair sentence, which she definitely deserves given how irrational she is. Shout out to Court Nerds for the video. We'll be reacting to it together, and I'll jump in with commentary from time to time. Let's dive into this wild court hearing and see how it all unfolds.
We're asking that Ms. Lott is incarcerated until the $2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today. Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time. Your Honor, I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter in hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
You want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship, 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged, or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written. in the way that you accept it, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for legitimation with Tariq Crump?
Ms. LaFleur, can you provide me your?
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not LaFleur. We're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur.
It's St. Fleur. Were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law, and that's it.
Well,
She really said a whole lot of nothing there, honestly. I don't know how the judge manages to keep a straight face through all of it. Maybe it's just that he's old and has seen it all, or maybe this girl is just on a completely different level of delusional. It's kind of funny in a way because her whole speech makes no real sense. I can kind of understand the whole sovereign citizen idea. Like, yeah, nobody likes the idea of being overly controlled by the government, but when you're actively breaking the law on purpose, like shoplifting and then refusing to pay court fees, that whole argument completely falls apart. You can't just reject the legal system when you're the one who clearly committed a crime. If she had been falsely accused of something and was using this sovereign stance to defend herself, maybe there'd be something to discuss. But that's not the case here. She's just blatantly in the wrong, and her argument is useless. Honestly, I don't know if she's genuinely mentally unstable or if she's just playing some kind of act. But either way, it's clear that she's completely disconnected from reality. She seems like she's not just pretending. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but to me, she honestly comes off as genuinely unstable. I know there are people who show up to court and try to fake being mentally ill to dodge accountability, but this girl really gives off the impression that she fully believes what she's saying, which makes it even more concerning. Just based on this short Zoom court hearing, I seriously think she needs to be evaluated. Whether it's a mental health issue or something else, her mindset is completely detached from reality. It's almost unbelievable, and the fact that the judge is sitting there calmly without saying much is kind of hilarious, but also a bit wild considering how ridiculous her defense is. This kind of behavior seems more and more common these days. With all the media noise, conspiracy thinking, and the rise of victim complexes, it's like some people have just decided they're above the law entirely. And just to be clear, I'm not necessarily pro-government or blindly in favor of the justice system, but there comes a point when you have to take responsibility. If you commit a crime, like shoplifting in this case, you have to own up to it. That's just basic accountability. She's clearly out of line and honestly, a bit of a menace. Anyway, let's jump into the second half of this clip where the judge finally shuts her down and hands out a pretty harsh sentence. Well deserved, in my opinion.
saying you had 10 days to pay this $2,755.40. Do you have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's
Your
that
law-
$20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment. So I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't equal $2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not bared false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm going to find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40. Order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
Oh, I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And we'll send you a copy of the order.
I seriously don't understand what her game plan was here. Did she really think she could show up to court, act crazy, and the judge would just let her walk away without consequences? It's wild to me. Honestly, the stuff she was saying is exactly what you'd expect from someone who's completely detached from reality. She clearly wasn't in her right mind, and I think the sentence she received, 6 months for failing to pay $2,000 in court fees after shoplifting or whatever, other charges she had, was absolutely deserved. This girl is a textbook example of victim mentality. She refuses to take any accountability and instead tries to deflect everything with these sovereign citizen-style arguments and delusions. Sadly, this kind of mindset seems way more common nowadays. I don't know if you guys see it too, but it feels like more and more people are jumping on the "I'm the victim no matter what" train and just riding it indefinitely. It's frustrating to watch, but major props to the judge here. He handled the whole situation like a pro. He stayed calm, composed, and completely unfazed by her nonsense. It was like just another day at the office for him. He didn't even blink, just let her rant, and then dropped the gavel with a firm and fair sentence. That's how you do it. Like 2 or 3 words in between this entire thing until the end. This guy was really no nonsense. And I wish a lot more people would be like this judge here, like just in day-to-day interactions, because a lot of people are really emotional and they just tend to lash out and use their emotions to drive whatever they have here. But this judge here, you know, he used the facts and he used what he could, because this girl, I mean, she could have had somebody defend her in this hearing here, but no, she decided to play crazy. And it really backfired on her because the judge saw right through her BS and he just laid the hammer on her. I don't know why anybody would rather go to jail than just like own up to the fact. Like, I think if this girl would have just been a little more reasonable and used her last 2 brain cells a little, if she had handled things more wisely, I think she could have avoided jail altogether. Maybe just ended up with a steeper fine or some additional penalties. There was really no need to go to jail over a $2,000 fine, but her smugness and arrogance completely worked against her. In my opinion, she absolutely deserved the prison sentence she got. Let me know what you guys think, but I genuinely believe that prison can shape people a bit. I'm not sure if some people are just born with this narcissistic, arrogant attitude, but it's tough to say whether that can be broken. In her case, I honestly don't see her coming out a changed person. She seems totally set in her ways, like she believes she's above everyone else and somehow untouchable, as if she's some kind of godlike figure immune to consequences. It's complete delusion. But to end on a positive note, the takeaway is simple. If you stay out of trouble, you'll never find yourself needing to pretend to be crazy in court. People like this, and I'm speaking generally here, just can't seem to own up to the fact that they've done something wrong. Instead, they fall back on this exaggerated victim complex, pretending like the world is out to get them. And I'm just going to call that out right now. It's complete BS. In most cases today, people aren't actual victims. They have control over their decisions and actions. If you don't want to face consequences, the answer is simple. Don't commit crimes. That's going to wrap up my breakdown for this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and what kind of content you'd like to see next. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.